everyone. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Happy 2024. I am so excited that we all made it into 2024. My biggest wish was literally just making it to 2024. Hope you are all doing well. Hope you can hear me well. Give me a thumbs up if you can. But whatever it is you're doing, I just thought, why don't we just hang and chat for a bit? And I would love to know what you guys have, what your plans are for the new year. It would be amazing to, to hear from everyone. Give me a call. Actually, you know what? Let me put the chat in the link in the chat. Give me 1 second. Invite. There we go. I'm just gonna get this. And I'm going to put the link in the chat. And so you can call in and share with us if you'd like. Lottie, I know you were trying the other day. You want to try again? Hopefully your mic thing is sorted out. But I put the link in the chat. I would love to hear from you. What you have planned for the year, what your dreams are. If you'd like to share, no pressure. I know some of this is personal and private, but definitely I'd love to hear what what you'd like to do for the year, what your dreams are, what your vision are, and also too our faves, which why we're here and why we've all support our faves, and what would be very interesting to know and very interested to see really what they'll be doing in the new year, whatever it is. I'm sure it'll be fun and exciting. And what we know and love about them is that they work in the background, they work in private, in the quiet spaces, and then they show us later what they've been up to. So I'm looking forward to that, whatever it is, how much ever it is, and again, whatever they're doing, it's not a marathon. They're not in competition with anybody. They do it when they do it, how they do it, when they want to do it, which is freedom. You're not under or on anybody else's time schedule. As we know, if you're in the British press, you're like, okay, Meghan and Harry, put out a movie tomorrow. We need content. We need to attack you and we need content. So put it out tomorrow. And I love that our faves are like, we will do things when we want to do things, how we want to do things, And so I love that about them. I absolutely, absolutely love that about them. So yes. So yeah, definitely, if you'd like, definitely call in. And I'm going to say hello to our friends in the chat right now. Hello, Connie Bama. Happy New Year in Switzerland. Hope you are all doing fantastic out there. Hope you've had a great, great holiday. Church Nelly is here. All of our wonderful squaddies out there in South Carolina. Hello, Church Nelly. Happy New Year. Happy you all made it here safely. Whether, some of us in better health than others, but I'm just grateful. I'm like, look, if I just made it by this, as back, I don't know why they said the skin of my teeth. Don't ask. Don't ask is what they said in the Caribbean when I was growing up. I just made it by the skin of my teeth. I was like, well, there's no skin. Never mind. The sentiment. There you go. That's what, I'm like, if I just made it that way, then I made it. So I'm happy. Joe, Black Queen, our awesome moderator, is here. Hello. Happy New Year, Black Queen. I am so happy you're here. And Perlina and Gwendolyn and Lonnie. Yep, definitely try calling again. Hopefully you'll call in. And Gwen is here. And Naluthando is here, hanging out with us from South Africa. Hello, Naluthando. Been very, very, very happy about South Africa the last few days, being the one who have, basically charging Israel with genocide. And they have the court case is actually, I think, coming up on Monday. Very fast. Thank you, International Criminal Court in Hague. Thank you for jumping on that. So that's going to be coming up. And so thank you, South Africa, and for your leadership. There may be a lot of things going on in South Africa, but they got this right. So, and who better to do it than people who know about apartheid and who've lived through it? So there you go. Thank you, South Africa. Ernie is here. Hello, Ernie. And Rohini is here. Hello, Rohini. Of course, I had to put down Megan's gold dress there. I thought of it. Now, every time I see Megan in that dress, I'm going to think of Rohini. Kanita is here. Hello, Kanita. And Lisa, Cookies and Cream, our awesome moderator. Hello. How are you? Uh, Cookies and Cream. Hope you had a great holiday. Veronica is here. And I'll say hello to all of our friends as we go along. Hello, Lady Shandy. I see you there as well. But yes, guys, what is going on? What are your dreams for the year? I would love to hear it. So again, I'm just going to put the link in the chat just in case you didn't see it. Here it is again in the chat. So if you'd like to call in and share with us, please do. But other things are going on in the world as we, wait for someone to call in. Other things, our faves talk about starting off the new year with amazing news. Clever, which obviously we know Meghan was their first funder, first investor. Clever is doing amazing. Clever, as you can see at the top there, has a whole new logo. Talk about starting off the new year. Have a whole new logo, and I remember when they put out the cute video with Meghan. They said that they would be branching off into different, into a bigger, I guess, big venture, or at least teaming up with people. So now I just found out today that they have their products now at Target. So they have partnered with Target, and Target is going to be selling their brand. And if you notice, they have brand new packaging. They're compared to, if you've bought their packaging, their products before, it's especially the green, the matcha, is sort of like a pastel kind of green. Now it's bright and bold, and you can't miss it. And so they've totally redid their brand, at least the packaging. It's beautiful, and it's eye-catching. And I was like, "Ooh, look at my matcha! It's a different shade of green there. At least the packaging, the coffee or the drink is the same color." But I see you there, Rohini. We'll get to you in 1 second. Thank you for calling in. So Clever is doing fantastic. And so, if you want to get it, if you can shop at their online store, or it might just be at your Clever at your Target store, wherever you are. So I noticed that the Target that's close by me, which I'm like, where is the Target? I don't know. There's a Target here. I didn't realize, but it's not there as yet. So I could still order it I still have to go online, but Clever is doing their thing. So it's great news right at the start of the year. Meghan's investment is doing great. I was like, you go, Meghan, you go. Make that money. So very, very, very exciting. But Rohini, my dear, how are you? Rohini, where you at, child?
Hello.
Hello, Rohini.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Somewhat injured, but I'm good. I'm good.
Good. My goodness, what happened?
Well, it was New Year's, and there were cousins
Oh God.
with alcohol. So,
Oh my
and
goodness.
then there was a bench that we were all dancing on, and the bench wasn't as sturdy as we thought.
Oh
So I
my gosh.
felt. But you know what? Listen, I am finally sober, so don't worry. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, good, good, good. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry that you
I
got
had a really
injured.
good time. New Year's was fantastic.
Oh,
You know,
fantastic.
so it's fantastic when you're with cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Except
always
next time you
fantastic
know
when
not to
you're
go
with
on a
cousins.
bench. Just no, just put that aside as note to self for 2025. Don't
That's
go on a
that's
bench
that's
and
the New
dance
Year's
with my cousins.
resolution. That's the New Year's resolution. Stay away from unsteady benches.
There you go. There you go. So tell us, Rohini, what are some of your plans for
Um,
2024?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get a new laptop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that I could start my channel because that's what's kind of holding me back. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my laptop finally died last year. He's like, I had enough. I mean, it's 9 years old. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think it's time to let him go and have that funeral and move on.
You know, I am so I am sad that your laptop has died because I know the trauma, but I'm happy for this because I thought I was the only one who felt that way. Because I don't know, I have this strange attachment to my laptops that I just feel like it's part of my family. It's like one of my children, and I don't have children.
Yes, mine have a name.
So you're worse than I.
Yes, Isabel, Izzy. She had a good run.
Yeah.
Izzy had a
Oh
good run.
man.
So yeah, I mean, I keep electronics really long. My cell phone is 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know. People get new devices every 6 months. I mean, I can't afford it, so I tend to try to take very good care of it.
Right.
But
Yeah. No, I
last year,
totally
Izzy
understand. I
said,
get
"You know
attached
what?
to them too.
Yeah, Izzy said I can't make honey. I'm gone.
Oh my
So
goodness. Well,
yeah, so
I
I'm
will
trying to do
keep my
that.
fingers crossed that you will get your laptop soon. And so that way
Yeah.
you could continue whatever you're doing on it. But any
Yeah.
other New
Well,
Year's
I'm trying to lose
wishes
some
and
weight this
dreams?
year.
Okay.
Trying to lose some weight this year so I could fit into that gold dress.
Yes, there
I
you
could
go.
so I'm gonna make me one. So, I'm gonna fit into it
Into the gold
somehow.
dress.
But that's one of the it's strange. One of the nice things I like about Megan is I feel she's like every woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen there's this woman on Instagram. She's a little heavier than Megan. So she's a healthier chick, and she wears Megan's style, and I'm like, wow, she's every woman. Like anybody type could wear that,
Mm-hmm.
and that to me is quite fantastic. I like that about her a lot. She really is every woman, and this is why people like her. She dresses for every woman, and so I think I could squeeze my butt into that dress.
Okay.
It's a little
Well, what are
waist.
some of
That's
the
the
things you'd
goal.
be doing this year
Mm.
to get to that?
Well, I have I'm gonna try this um semi solid diet
Okay.
that my dietitian has been telling me about. That
Mm-hmm.
dietitian has been touting, and it seems to be working for a lot of people here on the island. They're talking about it. I'm a little
Oh,
nervous, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it.
okay.
I'm gonna
Right.
do that, and I can't pay for a gym membership because cost of living and everything. However, there is a savannah, and 3 laps around the savannah is a mile.
And there you go.
So we go in
There.
and walk. We went. I walked earlier today. It
Mm-hmm.
was it was tiring. It was tiring, and you had these little kids like, "Come on, mommy, you could do it." Like, shut up.
Well, that's exciting. That's
Little kids like,
encouraging.
yeah. And they're like, I think I can. I think I can. I'm like, just stop. Just stop. You telling me I'm a train? I'm
Uh-huh.
a, like, listen, little kids will humble you. They
Yeah.
will definitely humble you. I'm like, it's only a few more. You can do it. And they were laughing their head off. And I'm like, you know what? I'm telling your mommy. I'm going right now down here and tell your mother. But but that's my plan for this year. I think, making big plans, I don't think you should talk about it unless you start. Because a lot of times you have people around you that will try to derail your plans. So basically, just do it. Let
Mm-hmm.
them see you do it. And if they ask, oh, you're doing this, yes, I am.
Right.
So you can talk about the smaller things, the little life improvements you want to do and stuff. But the big things, I think you should kind of just do it.
Do
Don't
it
don't
right.
talk about it because even people who love you
Mhm.
unconsciously they will derail your plans.
Right.
They will
Yep.
derail your plans.
Well, I will be keeping my fingers crossed and rooting for you all the way, Rohini. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
Buddies, have a good year, and the New Year's is over, Church Nelly.
Yep.
No more drinking. We're done.
There you
Church
go.
Nelly.
No
We
more
are sober,
moonshine.
Church Nelly. Church Nelly. I told them that it's your fault that I have been misbehaving because before the squad, I was almost a nun. And then Church Nelly has, encouraged me to do badness.
And it's
But no
really
more Church
wild
Nelly.
that her name is Church Nelly. That is just Church
Well,
Nelly.
it's funny because New Year's Day I started drinking after church because the
Lord have
life started in
mercy.
the back of the church, in the parking lot. Just like church is over, we ring in the New Year. Wait, you have a bottle? Okay, hey. So it's
All
kind of
right.
funny.
So
Basically, it's
note
church
to
and
self
fault.
for next year: no drinking and no standing on a shaky benches with
No,
cousins.
no, no bench, but we will be drinking. I don't.
Oh, okay. All right, Margrethe. Well,
Bye,
thank you
guys.
so
Have a
much,
good
my
one.
love. Okay, bye. See, Karen is up. We have a couple minutes. Hi, Karen. How are you?
Hi, wonderful. How are you guys? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, my friend. Happy New Year.
Oh
And
my
please, oh,
gosh.
by the way, before I start,
It's
please
so
clean out your
wonderful to hear from
email.
everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year.
Yes. And you as well. But I was going to say before you start, clean
Mhm.
out your emails, my love. I've been trying to email you and it's bouncing back.
I know I'm having such trouble with
So,
this email.
so
And
that'll be your New Year's resolution. Clean my emails.
yeah, I have to clean it out. I don't know what's happening with it. I've never had this trouble before, but I do have to figure it out. And then because I'm sending emails and it's bouncing back to me as well too.
Yeah.
So did you
Yeah.
get anything from me recently?
I did, but I tried emailing you and it bounced back. It said that
Okay.
your email thing is full. So it's
Okay.
bounced right
All
back
right.
to me. So
All right. Not a problem. I
so
will.
tell me, my dear,
Mhm. Mhm.
what are your, if you'd like to share some of your New Year's resolutions with us for a couple minutes, I'd love to hear.
Well, I don't really make New Year's resolution. I just, set certain disciplines
Okay.
um, that I live my life by, and I basically, just follow that. And
Mm-hmm.
as I'm going through the year, whatever needs to be taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
I, you know, I take care of it, and try my best to get it done. But
Right.
my whole thing is about my number one is about love, and
Mm-hmm.
it's about peace. It's health, strength, and prosperity.
Mm.
Success is in there. So you know, once you know use those words, once live by those words or motto, I think you're on the right track. You know,
Right.
um, in terms of cutting out drinking, cutting out sweets, cutting out it. For me, it's there, and it's to be used in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to know yourself,
Right.
and discipline yourself. So once you have discipline around, and have that courage to have that discipline, you'll do well. You don't need because a lot of times people make resolutions and end up being broken because you're putting too much pressure on yourself to
Right.
do something, and you're going into it with so much force that you're not able to keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
But once you gradually do things in moderation and gradually get to where you want to get to, you know um, you find more success in that.
Right.
And one of the things, um, people have to ask themselves who they are, um, who they want to be, and the kind of legacy they want for themselves,
Mhm. Oh, very
right?
cool. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And once you can figure that out and start living that way,
Mhm.
then you know you don't have to worry. That's how you're going to be for the rest of your life. It's what you want to be. What kind of lesson you want to to teach, you
Mm-hmm.
know, to and what do you want to leave, for someone to learn, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
you just have to think. I remember years ago, one of the things that I, had said to myself is that I want to live on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
right? And, you know, if I want to do something, you know, and, you know, have the purpose to do that, then, you know, I'm going to go for that. And
Wow.
one of the examples, seeing that, in regards to our community that we have here, one of the example of that is, what I do in terms of the Invictus Games. I I like to travel. I want to see the world. And when I came across the Invictus Games, that's what it helped me to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to travel, to take that vacation, to see places, and I'm doing it with a purpose because I'm going to support the, the servicemen and women, you know, in doing that, right?
Right.
So I kind of, yeah, I kind of work, my stuff around that. So whatever it is I'm out there doing, there must be, a valid purpose
Right.
for,
Wow.
yeah, for it. Yeah.
Thank
So
you so much. That is
you're
actually
welcome.
really, really, really a great point that you do it but you do it with a purpose. And I love how you did that with the Invictus Games because again, you are doing it with a purpose and not just for yourself
Exactly.
supporting
Yeah.
others. And I just think that's fantastic. That is
Yeah.
actually really inspiring too. So thank you so much,
You're
Karen. I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Yeah. What about you? How was your holidays? How was your New Year's? I know you were going around taking pictures and stuff like that.
Well, it mine actually. Thanks for asking. Mine was actually very, very, very quiet.
Hmm.
I am not a traditional person. I don't really have traditions. I don't do like
Hmm.
the Christmas tree and a whole bit. So this year, I
Hmm.
decided, as you can see, I'm like, okay, what are my things I'm gonna do? Is go
Hmm.
around and appreciate what's in the city and what that people are
Hmm.
doing to celebrate and really enjoy the Christmas spirit because it's just not something I'm just not into it. And
Right.
especially this year, I've just not been into any of it. But it's
Hmm.
actually been really nice
Hmm.
to be and the funny thing with both of the times that I posted videos about that, talk about doing it not for yourself and
Hmm.
why it resonated with me. But because the reason I was actually even in that neighborhood was because I was there, there were two protests for Palestine.
Right.
And so
Hmm.
the reason I was there was being part of the protest. There's a big, huge rally like um, on, near New Year's Eve. There was a huge rally at Columbus Circle, and then there was a big. Then we did a big march down Fifth Avenue,
Hmm.
and so that was the reason why I was on Fifth Avenue or even around Rockefeller Center because we were
Hmm.
marching right past there.
Right.
And
Oh,
so
I
then
see.
we were
Okay.
done. I came back and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just enjoy and walk around. And, plus New Year's Eve, you can't really do much because there's cops everywhere and everything is blocked off. And it just was
Right.
craziness it's Midtown and New Year's Eve. And so,
Hmm.
so that was the reason. So that's why it kind of resonated with me. It's like, yeah, there was a lot of things I wanted to do, like in traditional things. And the both times I posted stuff, the only reason I was there was because I was focused on Palestine and supporting, them and being a part of the protest. And then I was like, well, okay, this also goes into benefit as me as well in the sense of incorporating and enjoying the city
Hmm.
and
Right.
being part of the festivity of the city, I
Exactly.
guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now that you
Mhm.
said that, I see how we could do that in other ways as well. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about because I know you mentioned that you're not into the Christmas and the festivities and stuff like that, but then with that it also depends on how on how people perceive it.
Hmm.
Um, you know, because Christmas can be celebrated, or the holidays can be celebrated in all different ways, and we do
Right.
have people that celebrate it in all different ways, you know um you know um and all different types of like Christianity that's celebrated in different ways. And it's one of my favorite time of the year. I do celebrate it big, and
Hmm.
I like the lights. I celebrate the lights. I like the decorations. Like I go all out in it. And what it is for me is, like I led with love before when you were asking, and that's what it feels like to me. It's
Right.
it's it's about love. It's about family. It's about gathering. It's about it's about the food. It's about the smells of the food. It's about so for some reason at that time of the year, people tend to feel so much happier.
Hmm.
Even if you have differences, even if you in families, in friends, your workplace, whatever it is, even if you have differences, for some reason that time of the year,
Hmm.
it tends to bring people together and kind of put those differences aside,
Hmm.
right? And you're laughing, you're smiling, and you're just gathering and having and like giving thanks, kind of
Right.
thing. And that's basically what it is,
What it
you know
is. Yeah.
what it is for me. And that's how I celebrate. I'm not into the commercial part of it and
Hmm.
about buying gifts and all that stuff. You want to celebrate it, you come and I'll give you food to eat. I will,
Right.
I, I will laugh,
Yeah.
I'll talk, I'll dance, or whatever. That's thing. Like I was on
Yeah. Well, Karen, I'm so
mhm.
sorry, but
Go
I
ahead.
unfortunately
Mhm,
we can pick up at another time. But I unfortunately
mhm,
I'm gonna have to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
mhm. Not a problem. Before you go, one thing before you
Yes.
go
Go
quickly.
ahead.
If you can take this thing, you were taking pictures around, and just in case you're in this area, if you can take this, because I'm sure this place light up really nice, and I'd love to see it. I'll talk to you more about it later. But if you can take this address, it's like 490 Riverside Drive. Just
Uh
write
huh.
it down. Yeah, just write it down. And
Hmm.
yeah. And if you're in that area, and if you can take some pictures, I'm sure it's decorated nice and light up. But there's a reason, why I'm
Okay.
asking you to do this.
Four
So if
four
just
ninety
take that.
Riverside.
Yeah, 490
490
Riverside
Riverside. Okay.
Drive, in New York City. Okay. So
Okay.
we'll talk,
Okay.
sweetie.
Fantastic,
Talk to you.
my dear.
Bye, guys. Happy New Year's. Take care, guys.
Happy New
Bye.
Year, my love. See you. Thank you so
Enjoy
much,
prosperity,
Karen.
success for everyone.
Okay. Bye. So anyone else who'd like to call in, the link is in the chat. So because I wanted to get more people in, and I'm also gonna take whatever you're saying in the chat as well. We'll see what you guys are saying. Any kind of New Year's resolutions you have. I want to make sure that we get as much in. So sorry, Karen, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but unfortunately, have a little bit limited time, and we're trying to get in as many people as possible. But I so value what she had to say about doing all of that stuff with love, and not just doing it with a purpose. Like that is so valuable. I'm like, I think I'm gonna hold on to that for the year. So thank you, Karen. I love it. Let's see. Oh no, Lottie, you're hoarse with a cold. I'm so sorry. Oh, honey and lemon and tea. Oh no, honey, lemon, ginger tea. That's my favorite when I have a sore throat. So hopefully, check that out. That should help. So I'm so sorry that you're feeling ill. So hopefully you get better soon. Let's see. I know, Rohini, your accent is awesome. It's like, Rohini, I love your accent. She's a Trini, of course. So TV is jonesing on your accent there, Rohini. So let's see what else is going on in the world of our faves. I mean, not our faves are fine. They are quiet. We don't know what's going on in their life. They have been quiet since, I don't know, since we got their card. Since they posted their card, they are doing whatever it is they're doing in Montecito, enjoying their life. So they've been quiet, but other things are going on around them. African parks, actually, as we know, Prince Harry is the president of African parks. Now he is on the board of African parks, so he is doing well. They posted it says it's a new year, and our vision remains through strong partnerships and positive collaboration. We can contribute to the global mission of protecting 30% of the planet's natural areas by 2030. Be part of this vision and support us. And so you can donate to African Parks if you wish. And again, they take over parks in different parts. They have, I think, about 20 right now parks across Africa. And they take over the park for 20 years and do all the amazing things that they do with it. And then give it back to the government, give it back to the people of that nation after 20 years. So they seem to be doing a great job with whatever they're doing. And so we've seen some videos and photos and stuff like that. We've seen Harry take different senators and Congress people to different parts of Africa to show them the work that African Parks is doing. Again, they're not taking over a park. They just take it for 20 years. They manage it basically 20 years. And what they do is make sure that the community around the parks benefit from the parks. It's not just, bringing in making it into the safaris for rich people and then the community doesn't benefit. What they do is make sure that the community benefits from the park and that they and the animals that live in the park, they can, it's in such a way that they both can coexist at the same time, because obviously we know that there's been some problems with, animals killing people and then people poaching. And so they have been seem to be doing a great job with making sure that both can coexist at the same time there. So, and also Invictus posted a couple of things. They said we ran numerous Invictus challenges throughout the year, and they were great success. Challenges, one-day sporting activities that can be accessed via the Invictus platform, from cycling in the Americas to the iconic London Marathon. It was a great year. Yes, it was. And top right, it says, from the waters of Colombia to the deserts of Jordan, the mountains of Colorado to the sports hall of Nigeria, we had some incredible Invictus adventures in 2023. We helped many people across Invictus community of nations this year, and are excited for 2024, as they should be. 2024, this year is the 10th anniversary of Invictus Games. Wow, it's amazing. It says, Happy New Year. 2024 is going to be a big year for the Invictus Games Foundation as we celebrate our 10th anniversary. So stay tuned for details, and it will, and if you'd like to support the work, definitely go ahead and to their website, and you can donate to the Invictus Games. And again, this year is the 10th anniversary. Next month, it's Harry and the team, they're going to be back in Vancouver and Whistler to kick off the 1 year to the date, because we know in 2025, February 2025, the games are going to be there both in Vancouver and Whistler. So they are including some winter sports in there. So we're going to have all of our, a lot of our faves trying their hand at winter sports. We saw some of it earlier in 2023. So kudos for Invictus Games. As we always talk about that Invictus is a lot more than just the games. As they said, throughout the year, they do all of these challenges all over the world. And so it is very, very exciting. They just finished Germany this year. We know that Germany now wants to do Invictus every year for the Germans that are part of the military out there. So great things are going to be happening with that. So very excited about Invictus Games. And we go across the pond, like a hard right going across the pond. It's like, oh. But yes, in 2024, we go across the pond. And first and foremost, this is the first thing I saw. And I was like, oh, good Lord, why? And then I internally, then the minute I saw this, and I was just like, okay, I am so happy that our faves has taken their children away from this country and protecting their kids. And I mean, this is on the left is Hello, as you can see, Hello Mag with Princess Charlotte. This is a child. This is I don't know, how old is Princess Charlotte? 6, 7, or whatever. I don't remember what her age is, like 6, 7, 8, around there, I would think. You know, how Kate's popular daughter is blossoming in her royal role. This is a child. What role does she have other than being a child that you shouldn't be putting on the cover of your magazine? This is a child. I'm like, I would hope, I would hope that the palace didn't sanction this. I would hope that they would say something to Hello about this. And even worse, look at the Daily Mail. And that little girl is Mike and Zara's little child. That is, look at the rest of the front page about police probe a virtual rape. And then you put a little child. Yeah, she's not part of that story. But then when you put it the way it is, it looks like she's part of that story. And all of a sudden her name is attached to this. And I was just like, I cannot believe the royal family will not say anything about their children on the front pages of these news outlets. In the year of our Lord 2024, this is the first thing you run into. And I was like, oh my goodness. And remember a few episodes back we were talking about, that Mike is now the brother, Mike Tyndall is now the brother that Prince William needs. So now he is the new, he's the new spare that they need to throw under the bus. And this is exactly what they do to them. I cannot believe that these parents would allow the Daily Mail and Hello to get away with putting their children and exposing their children like this. This is crazy. I don't know how old Mia is, but she's still a child. These are children. Why are they on the front pages of these outlets? And then Hello talking about how her popular daughter is blossoming in her role. What role? She's a child. She's a 7, 6, 7, 8-year-old, however old she is. She is a child. She has no role other than being a child. That's it. And so I would hope, they probably wouldn't, because especially with the Daily Mail, they need, they need the Daily Mail on side, so they probably wouldn't say a thing. And most likely Mike and Zara are probably just, oh, wow, we got on the front page. Our child got, and it's just like, but look at the headline your child name is, and her face is plastered under. And even if that headline wasn't there, why is your child's face on the front pages? And so, I would hope they would push back and, and really go after these outlets for this. I would hope so. Will they? Probably not. It's just really, really sick. And not only that, King Charles has, we've seen it with Kate and William as well. There's this desperate, because again, if you're doing work that relates and the younger generation can connect with, you don't have to do this nonsense. But we've seen Kate and William do this, and now we know, of course, they're in the UK. It's all about popularity. It's all about, getting their name, the younger people to like them. It's all about, that's all it is. It isn't about, as much as I want to root for and root for, say, the homeless initiative to succeed, because again, if it succeeds, then it actually helps people, or the children's stuff, busy stuff that Kate's doing, because it will help babies. I don't care who's the one that's doing it, as long as babies and homeless people are helped. As much as I want to root for that, the goal of any of that stuff is this: getting popularity, getting people to like them, getting people, getting to be the most popular, get their names in the top. And it's just like, it all comes down to not doing work that connects with people, but basically just sort of doing any kind of shortcut for them to, give you attention and give you popularity, as and this is from their own tabloid. This, which is amazing because their own tabloid is ratting them out. King Charles turns to Instagram queens to help boost his image with the young. Bake Off runner up and Love Island star attends royal events to boost monarch's Gen Z popularity. Now, I don't know who this young lady is. I have no idea about her. Never heard about her before, but or seen these people. I guess these are Instagram people. But I guess the thing is, they have lots and lots of followers, and so they're inviting these people or to their events, so then these people can post about it so that they can just basically feed off of these Instagram celebrities popularity. And I was like, but wait a minute, I thought I weren't you all attacking Harry and Meghan? Weren't you all attacking them? And when they moved to LA, that it's all about celebrity, that the royal family is not about celebrity, they're above celebrity. So then how is this okay? How is this okay? If the article goes on to say, but King Charles has decided he needs help from online influencers to boost his popularity with Gen Z. Palisades have been inviting social media celebrities with millions of fans to come along to royal events as part of a modern digital strategy to increase support among the under 25s. A recent YouGov poll found that just 30% of 18 to 24-year-olds thought the monarchy was good for Britain. The influencers are being encouraged to create videos of the events or take pictures to share with their followers. So they can't generate attention for themselves, as we know. If they don't, that's why the news outlets, if they don't mention the Sussexes, nobody cares. And so that's why you have outlets like said Daily Mail and other tabloids and their television shows. They're always mentioning the Sussexes, especially in a negative light, and try to paint the Cambridges and Charles and Camilla in their and not Cambridges, the Waleses, I guess they were Cambridges, now the Waleses. They try to paint them in the the positive light to get attention, because these people cannot generate attention on their own. They cannot generate popularity on their own. And again, the reason isn't because in and of themselves. William and Kate are, supposedly they're attractive people. They're, especially Kate, she's an attractive lady. She should be able to generate this kind of thing on their own, but they can't. They can't. And so instead of doing work that connects with Gen Z, that goes to the heart of the things that Gen Z, that they hold dear, instead of doing that, they're now at the point where, oh my gosh, we can't get their attention. So why don't we just invite them to our very boring events, and so they can tweet it to their or post it to their millions of followers? This is pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic. If the Sussexes were doing this, they would be attacking the Sussexes all over the place. But somehow, because the royals, the UK royals are doing it, oh, it's okay. It's okay that the king is inviting. I mean, look at this. This is Blackpink. This is this K-pop group, Blackpink. And apparently, I mean, I don't know their music, but apparently they are very popular. They have millions and millions of followers. And this is what, and that's why these award things are, I mean, it's ridiculous. Blackpink has royal seal of approval. Now, what does Blackpink have to do? Anyways, according to People, a few hours after the K-pop band received a shout out from King Charles at the glittering state banquet on Tuesday, they received special honors from him at Buckingham Palace. The four members of the band, Roseanne Park, Rose, Jenny Kim, Jisoo Kim, and Lisa Manaban, or Lisa, were invested with honorary members of the Order of the British Empire. And I was like, so they got honorary MBEs at a ceremony watched by South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol and the First Lady Kim Keon Hee. The women were given the awards during a private investiture on Wednesday morning in the 1844 room at Buckingham Palace. The honors were made in recognition of the UK's government following their vocal support of the campaign to highlight climate change. And yes, they want, they're using like, oh, they're doing climate change. And yes, Charles is, he's into, he's been talking about climate change, and even though he is very hypocritical in how he lives, and he adds to the horror of this, but that's another story. They're claiming like, yes, they received these awards because of they have been vocal about climate change and all that stuff. Nonsense. The reason they got it is because they have millions and millions and millions of followers around the world. K-pop artists are some of the world's most famous and popular people on this planet. And the reason why they are there is so that their fans can all of a sudden, because a lot of them are Harry and Meghan fans, a lot of them support the Sussexes. The royal family wants their audience. And that is why they were there. And so it is pathetic in every sense of the word. They cannot generate attention for themselves. We saw that with, nobody else was doing anything on Christmas. And he only got, 9 million people out of 60, how many million in the UK? In spite of the fact that it was broadcast in several different news outlets, they cannot generate this on their own. So now they're using the popularity of the younger generation to bring attention to themselves. This is pathetic. It is pathetic beyond words. It is pathetic. And they're all over social media. And you know who is not on social media? Our faves. Our fans aren't using any of these people for attention. They're not on social media. They're not putting out cute videos and, or at least what they think are cute videos or slick videos to bring attention to themselves or to look attractive or whatever. Our fans are silent. They're not doing a thing. They're not on social media. And they're certainly not using young people with millions of followers to get attention for themselves. Absolutely pathetic. It's just like, yeesh. This is how you want to start your 2024? This is gross. You would think the royal family would come up with some ways of doing what they do that would really, at least, gosh, it's a new year. Come up with a new way of being and introducing yourself to or your work to people that would be substantive, that young people can hold on to. Jumping on the bandwagon of someone with a big audience just to feed off and leech off of their popularity, maybe that would have worked years ago. But young people today, they don't buy into that nonsense. They could see right through that. Young people are out there protesting for Palestine. Young people are out there exposing governments for stuff that they've covered up, for years and years and years. Young people are a lot deeper than this nonsense. And so that's why they're not relating to the royal, because they're not real. They're not doing things that benefit the young people that they're trying to, whose approval they're trying to steal somehow. They're not these shallow people that will just jump on this bandwagon. These people have TikTok accounts. And you know what they're doing on TikTok accounts? They're doing investigative work that journalists or supposed journalists are not doing. That's why governments are trying to shut them down. Because these kids on TikTok are the ones out there literally doing investigative journalism. Go look at their TikTok. And so it's just, I'm like, people, seriously? But that's where they are. That is where they are. But anyway, Blackpink has their honorary MBE. Oy. And more royal news. I guess you guys have heard this by now. I think it was yesterday. Queen Margrethe, in her New Year's Eve speech, decided to abdicate. Denmark's Queen Margrethe to abdicate after 52 years on the throne. I guess she's like, yeah, I'm not doing a Queen Betty bit, die on the throne. Says the Danish queen announces January 14 abdication during the New Year's Eve address live on TV, making way for her son, Crown Prince Frederick. Denmark's Queen Margrethe will abdicate on January 14th after 52 years on the throne and will succeed by her eldest son, Prince Frederick. She said in her annual New Year's speech in February, that was February 2023, she underwent a successful back surgery. The surgery naturally gave rise to thinking about the future, whether the time had come to leave the responsibility to the next generation, she said in the speech on Sunday. I have decided that now is the right time. 14th of January 2024, 52 years after I succeeded my beloved father, I will step down as Queen of Denmark. I leave the throne to my son, Crown Prince Frederick, she added. So yeah, she is, and you look, you're at a certain age and you had back surgery. Anybody who's ever had anything done with their back, I mean, I am a younger person compared to her, much younger, and I know what that feels like when my back was out for like, I don't know, 2 months from lifting something at my job. I'm telling you, it's the most debilitating thing you can ever experience in the world. It's like you can't sit, you can't lie down. You have to literally sit there and figure out how to get out of a bed. If you roll one way, it hurts. You roll another. I mean, it is excruciating. And I did not have to have back surgery. Nothing like that. Some therapy and it was okay, and it's okay. But still, I can't imagine at her age, having, oh my goodness, I don't know how she was able to, be actually sitting at this moment, but good for her. I'm like, good for her. You're at a certain age, it's time to enjoy the rest of your days on earth. No need when you have grown children who could take it over. So she is giving it over to Prince Frederick. And we remember a few months ago, there was an issue with Prince Frederick. And this is him and his wife, Mary, over there, who she had actually said something shady about Meghan. I don't even remember what it is she said, but it was shady, something about when Harry and Meghan left from the UK and when they left the royal institution. I don't remember what it is she said, but that's her and King Prince Frederick over there, soon to be king and queen. But actually late last year, there was this thing that came out with him going to Spain and having an affair, alleged affair with this woman. I think it was in like Barcelona or something like that. He sort of just, kind of didn't tell anyone that he was coming. So it was this secret thing. And apparently that's him there. And the tabloids in Spain were going crazy. I think was it Spain? I think it was Spain. Maybe I'm getting my country. Was it Spain or Argentina? I think it's Spain. I don't know, maybe one of them. But anyways, that woman, apparently, or at least they alleged that he was there having an affair with her. And she said that's not true. Who knows what the truth of it is? The truth of it is he was there. They're photographed together. Apparently, she said they're just friends. Look, a guy and a woman could be friends. It's, I have guy friends. I could just be friends with a guy that is nothing. We hang out, play tennis, whatever. It doesn't have to be you're, having an affair. But for a married man to leave his wife in one country and go off to another country and hanging out with another woman, and a beautiful woman, if you get caught in whatever, if people see you, you can't then be upset when people, their eyes are raised a little bit. You're a married man with kids. Why you're in another country hanging out with another beautiful woman? You can't be upset that people are like, wait a minute. They claim it's innocent, but it doesn't look good. And you have to admit, it does not look good. So, and then she apparently had taken her kids out of school early and took them off to Australia. And there was all this thing that she was sad. I don't know. Whatever happened there, it looked like they weren't in a good place. Their marriage wasn't in a good place. But now that, some people are saying maybe that's why Queen Margaret decided, like, okay, I'm gonna save this marriage by giving, making sure Princess Mary doesn't leave and go back to Australia, because apparently she's very popular in Denmark. And so, and apparently she's good for the monarchy. So maybe she's trying to save their marriage by, abdicating and pushing them in front. But look, if this guy is cheating, it doesn't matter what his title is, he's gonna cheat. It's just like, it's very interesting to me that royals, like whether the queen or whoever is the monarch, they always try to dictate these kind of things. I mean, look at the mess the royal family made with Princess Diana and Charles. I mean, they basically forced him to marry a woman that he didn't love, and he ended up destroying her life and ended up with the woman he actually wanted in the first place. Now, on the flip side of that, if he didn't go with Diana, then we wouldn't have Prince Harry. You can, the other brother, okay, but we wouldn't have Prince Harry. So I'm grateful for, but it also did destroy Princess Diana. So they try to, for some reason, royal and monarchs always try to manage people's love life and always end up making a mess out of it. And so who knows what is going to end up happening with these two? Who knows what? Who knows? But again, if that is the case where she, pushed them into becoming king and queen, and so that could save their marriage, I was like, if a man, if in truth that he is cheating, he's going to cheat no matter what his title is. So, I and for her, if that's the case that he did, then I don't know. I'm like, do you want to live their entire life, even though you have a title, with a man that is cheating? Royals, they are different. I couldn't do it. I mean, the moment these pictures pop up, I would have been like, deuces, dude, I am out. You could do whatever you want. I am not putting up with this kind of stuff. But there are some people, you have the title, and, it's okay for them just to have the title, even though they don't have any kind of faithful, their partner isn't faithful. I don't know. But whatever the situation is, she probably has accepted it. Sad situation, but one of the things we talked earlier this year, one of the big stories that came out of this when I started, even I honestly didn't even realize these people were there before the story. I was like, who is Queen Marguerite? I had no idea about these people until I heard about this story when she stripped her grandsons from their prince and princess title, and then the two younger one from the prince and princess title. So her second son, which is, we know that her spare second son, his 4 children were stripped of their prince and princess titles. And the 2 older ones, which are the ones on the right, their mother is, she is actually, I think where are they from? I think it was they're Chinese, I think. She is part Chinese, I should say. And I think she's actually from Hong Kong, yeah. So they are biracial. And for me, when I saw that, that she couldn't strip these 2 and not strip the other 2, because then it would be too obvious that it's racist. But I would always believe that that's part of why she did it, even though it's like, no, I want them to go off and, to have the life that they want and not be strapped to royalty and all of those things. Knowing royal people, I will always believe that there's a racial element to this, why she stripped those 2. And the other younger 2 that were stripped because of it, they were collateral damage. I don't think this woman want biracial people in that marriage. And this is them with their mom, Alexandra, Countess of Friedrichsburg. That's their mom there. And so for me, I always believe this is a racial element, especially, she is cousins to Queen Elizabeth, seeing what they did to Harry and Meghan. I am telling you, I feel like these people are all cut from the same cloth. They didn't want biracial kids there. And the other 2 younger ones who got stripped are collateral damage. And, later on, she ended up apologizing for the way in which it happened, because apparently she didn't give them time, and it was delivered. I think one of her aides was the one that delivered it to her son, who was extremely hurt, very angry about what they did and how they did it. She didn't apologize for taking the title, just the way in which it was done that really hurt her grandchildren. I would be hurt too if I were them. I don't know if they've made up or anything like that, but I mean, I would be definitely very upset if I were them. But so this is again some of the stuff that's going on around. Our faves are thankfully far away from all this mess and enjoying doing what they're doing. So hopefully, we'll see from them soon. But I guess we will see what will be going on with the Denmark royals. So, but again, for me, all of these people are cut from the same cloth, no matter how they want to claim, like, oh, no, it's innocent. No. So, anyways, I'm going to jump into the chat and see what you guys are chatting about. And let's see. Hang on. And Louis says Princess Maria and Prince Joaquin with their family live now in Washington, D.C. Okay, so they were in France for a while doing something with the defense there. So I guess so they've now moved to the U.S. Okay, very interesting. I'm sure. I wonder, Penny, for his thoughts, about this situation. I wonder how what, that situation that happened with the whole hubbub with him and the other woman. I wonder what his thoughts were, because, he is supposed to be, obviously, he's the spare, so he's supposed to be the bad one, the one they write the negative comments about. And to see his goody two shoes brother, who's the future king, is the one out there cheating, is very interesting. I would be interested to hear his thoughts. So, Blackweed says, yes, the colonizers are racist, and yes, the others were certainly collateral damage, disgusting people. That's what I believe. I will never, ever not believe that had a whole race. They do not want mixed race kids there. So, yeah. Let's see. Terry says, when your marriage is over, it is over. No title is going to save it, but live in a loveless marriage is torture. Guess she has to take the children into consideration. It's a lot. And I get that, because people say that, they stay in bad relationships for the children and all of that stuff. But I'm like, but that's what you're teaching your children. Why would you stay in a bad situation for the children? How is that supposed to help the children? Because all you're teaching the children is to continue that cycle of abusive behavior or whatever the situation is that made the marriage bad. You're teaching them to accept that and to stay in that, as opposed to being like, no, I am worthy of better than this. I will not sit here and tolerate this behavior. I am leaving. I am taking my kids so that they understand that no, they this kind of behavior is not something they should be tolerating. So I never did understand that craziness about, oh, no, let's let's do this for the kids. I never understood that at all. Yeah. Let's see. Anne again says, she's talking to Mrs. S. Prince Charles has to deal with his made a deal with his parents. He marries Diana and provides an heir and spare, but he will continue to have affair with Camilla. Oh, that is so sick. These two destroyed Princess Diana. I wish they had told her and let her in so that she can decide if that's a situation she wants to be in. But they just let this woman think that, he loved her. I mean, he obviously gave clues all along that he didn't love her. I mean, one of their engagement interview things where he's like, well, when I think the reporter asked them if they're in love or something, and she's like, of course. And his response is, what is love anyway? And it's just like, big clue there, but she was too young to really process those cues. And I think she was too in love with him to process, I know it's a much more innocent age. So yeah, he'll grow to love me. That doesn't work. They never do. So um Dansborough says, wasn't there a picture of him and her hugging or something? I thought I saw that. Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about Frederick and his lady friend. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Again, I don't really pay much attention to that royal family. I didn't know they existed really until I that story came out about her stripping her grandchildren and the manner in which she did it, which was just so cold and heartless. I mean, I think her nickname is like that Ice Queen or something like that in Denmark, and that was exactly that. That was just cold and heartless. It still is cold and heartless. I don't know whether her grandchildren are speaking to her. I would have had issues with her, but that's me. Let's see. And says the media is a sleazy business. The same rumor about Queen Letizia of Spain. So take all these comments with a grain of salt. Oh, I didn't know that they said stuff about Queen Letizia as well. Oh my goodness, my world. It just. Whew. Let's see. Hmm. Mrs. S says, yes, Petal, he is friends with a beautiful woman with whom he spent the night. Funny how you wrote that, Mrs. S. And I would love to sell you a bridge in Brooklyn. Yeah, like the bridge in the background there, or one in the UK as in the background there. I know. That's what they claim. That's what they claim, that they're friends. He spent the night with a friend, a beautiful, Spanish friend. It's like, okay, if that's what you say. Lots of bridges everywhere on sale. Very funny. Let's see. Scrolling down. Miriam says the Danish queen was very much an aristo mother. The nannies raised the children. Yes, I did read this. She, the kids were definitely raised by the staff. Was not raised by her at all. And I remember reading about how formal it is with the dinner, and it was when they would come down to dinner and all of that stuff. It was just they were raised in a very, very, very formal way. So yeah. It just, no wonder they call her the ice queen. Well, you can't, and then you can't really put the whole thing on her because, again, where's the guy, And I think he went off to live someplace else because he was upset that he wasn't given the titles that befits him, I guess, and the heir, because again, the next in line became his son, and he felt bypassed, so he went off in a gruff, and so wherever he is, that whole thing was a mess. So yeah. Let's see. Mrs. S says Princess Diana was a 19-year-old who was practically sold into that nightmare. I remember that 19 then is not 19 now. Yeah, exactly. Her brother turned his back on her when she asked for help. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was such an innocent time. And 19-year-old now is, oh my goodness, they would not fall for that nonsense. But it was such an innocent time that she, and again, it's the royal. Even though Diana was an aristo as well, and that they were all in the same orbit, she was very innocent, and yeah, to allow goodness to allow her to be even dating Charles, it's just like, ew. And Charles actually used to date her older sister. I mean, it's just such a little cesspool they had there. This just like, ew. Let's see. Anne says, Charles' comment, whatever love means, quote, it said, Charles told Diana he did not love her before the wedding. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine being at 19? That is, oh. And, oh, goodness. It's so crushing. Karen says, Charles was giving Princess Diana mixed messages regarding his love for her. Also, the monarchy was doing the same. They really, I mean, and then they wonder why this girl ended up, with bulimia and all of the things that she suffered, and the mental health challenges that she faced. Because, I mean, and then, being at that age and then realizing like, oh my gosh, they only want me for my womb. They only want me to bear children. They don't really want me. It's so devastating, I can imagine. So, oh, let's see. Black Queen said, oh, she's talking to Karen. He didn't love her. His fragile ego got smashed because she was extremely popular. So he tried to become possessive and tried to steal some of her light, in my opinion. Yeah, very, very true. And that seemed Charles is just this desperate desire for popularity and attention. It's destroyed so many people. I mean, destroyed Diana, destroyed his sons. I mean, goodness. And he still hasn't learned. He still has not learned. Unbelievable. I mean, and I'm assuming he's just not going to learn because, again, as we just looked at, instead of doing things that really resonate with young people, they're now trying to buy popularity from probably social media celebrities. Unbelievable. And then on the flip side, trying to claim like, oh, we're above celebrity, we're above that, we're royalty, we're above all that stuff. Meanwhile, you're actively courting them to steal popularity from them. Craziness. Utterly crazy. Let's see. A couple more before we end. I'm just gonna go down. Don't mind me. I'm just searching through to see. And I think you're it because I'm keep dropping on you. It says there were no thought about Diana's children to learn and read about how the establishment treated their mother, the selfishness and want of power at any cost. Exactly. Raven says, Petal, it was Princess Marie that said something about Meghan, not Princess Mary. Oh, they're different? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess it was a different person then. Oh, who is Princess Marie? I don't know who that is. Okay, I thought it was the same person. So again, I apologize. I don't really pay attention to the Denmark royals or whoever Princess Marie is. I am so sorry. So I am sorry, Princess Mary. I thought it was you. I didn't realize it was a different person. So I apologize. I have my Marie and Mary wrong. So whoever Marie is, that's the person apparently that said something shady about Meghan. And I don't even know what it was, but I remember it was something shady. So Choda says it was a contract marriage forced upon by his dad, Prince Philip, seeing that he was spinning out of control at 32. And in Jonathan Dimbleby's book about King Charles, what it's called, the Prince of Wales, he did blame his father for basically forcing him to marry Diana. And I can't imagine being Diana hearing, I mean, even though that marriage was over, it must still cut the heart to know that, that, wow, he was forced to marry, like, as a woman. I don't know. I just think it'll be just devastating to hear somebody actually say it. So, anyways, I love this quote by Louise Kaufman. It says, and for us, as women and men, says, in 2024, I hope you find time to be happy, not just strong. And that is what I wish for all of us, that we'll find time to be happy, not just with stuff that that are external, but find time to spend time with ourselves and be happy, no matter what people think of us or say about us. And I wish that for our faves as well, that that they, and it seemed that they've been spending a lot of time together and with their family, and just finding time to to build happy space, and not just like a strong, it's like you come across strong or whatever. But and I wish that for all of us. And I love these quotes that I found online. Mod, it looks like my little font there's a little hard to read. I'm like, oh shoot. It says 365 sunrises to start over. So well, yeah, 364 now. 363 from tomorrow. So we have 363 more sunrises to start over with all the wonderful things that we want to do for this year. And I look forward to us, again, not just celebrating our faves and whatever they're doing, which we'll celebrate here, and with other Sussex channels and social media platforms. But I want us to celebrate our whatever we're doing and our victories. So even, celebrate even what we think of our defeats or failures, which are really not. They're just, they're just there to propel and us to victory next time. So again, it's all in the way we see things. So as I celebrate our faves, I look forward to celebrating us. So please, when you have victories, or when you have, even if not, again, victory or failure is depending on how we view things. And anything you'd like to share, I'd love to share it with you. If you're not forcing anyone, but if you'd like to share stuff with us, please, let's share it with each other and celebrate with each other. And one of the biggest things for this year, and especially with what is going on in Palestine and Congo and Sudan and all of these places around the world, I love this quote by Abba. It says, may we all have a vision now and then of a world where every neighbor is a friend. So happy new year. And so I love this, that, wherever we are in the world, that everyone is a neighbor, that we can look around and see, wow, that's a friend. So how would I treat that friend? How would I, what would I do to make sure that they are protected and they are loved and they are, the same way that I want to be treated? How can I treat them that way? So yes, it's a big vision, but I think it's something that is needed in the world. And if we see each other as neighbors and as friends, then we would treat each other a lot better. So that's it, guys. I love you all, and I look forward to chatting just all royal stuff. Looking forward to our faves, whatever they're doing. I look forward to hearing it again. We just saw the clever thing drop today, so we know our girl is going to be rolling in the dough. So good for Meghan, girl. You make that bank, and look forward to what Harry and them together do for the rest of the year. So I love you guys. Thank you all so much to our awesome moderators, Lydia Church, Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream, Black Queen. You are awesome as usual. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to all of you who support the channel on a monthly basis, the 2 Cents Crew, I am eternally grateful for everything, that all of your support, because again, it helps me to pay for all the things that we add, all the platforms and the apps and all of that stuff that I use to try to create something out of something. So thank you so much. for that. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when you drop a video. And please like and share the video and join our 2 cents crew where you support the channel on a monthly basis. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I will chat with you next time. Bye.